So we're gonna start on lesson 3 about the making electric current from electricity. So by the end of this lesson, we should be able to know how can a wire and a magnet produce an electric current, and how do electric generators create an electric current, and finally, how are transformers used to bring electric current into your homes. So the new vocabulary which we're gonna have in our lesson: electric generator, their current, alternating current, turbine, and transformers. So let's start here, guys. First of all, we just ask here a question. As we know in the last lesson that magnetism and electricity, they are two sides of the same coin. That in the last lesson, we are able to use the electric current to create a magnet, which is known as, you can tell me? In the last lesson, we said that the electric current can be used to produce a magnet, which is known as, yep,
Electromagnet.
electromagnet. Good. Okay, so that means the previous lesson we already show and we already watched that in the videos, and we make it practically that once we wrap our coil or wire around iron nail and then we connect it to electric source, once the current passes in the wire, it will make the atoms of the nail to rearrange in certain domains so to carry a magnetic field or become a magnet. So here, that would make the science think in the other way, okay, or they think backward. If I have an electric current, can I, okay, sorry, if I have a magnetic field, could I create an electric current? That means, could I use a magnet to make an electric current? So science start to make experiments to find the answer of this question, okay, and they make a very simple experiment. They get a coil wire, as you can see, just one loop of this wire, and they start to move a magnet inside this loop up and down. So as they keep moving the magnet inside the loop, they observe that there is a current is produced. So they start to find or to think how that's happened. So simply they figure out that the magnetic field that surrounds a permanent magnet here, this magnetic field represents a form of energy. This energy was sufficient to make the electrons of the atoms of the wire to move. So that's create a current. So like this, okay, scientists find out, okay, once there is a magnet that rotates inside, or that sorry, that moves inside a coil wire, it could create a magnet, okay? So sorry, it could create a current or making a current. So that was a very, very good, okay, conclusion for scientists, because now they are gonna think how they could make current by using magnet. The same technique they are start to make it. If we move a wire between a permanent, okay, poles of a magnet or poles of a permanent magnet, so shall it produce a current? Yes, they are the same. So whatever the magnet is moving inside the wire or the wire is moving between the poles of the magnet, in both cases, okay, there is a current will be produced. Why? Because simply the magnetic field of the permanent magnet here or in the other experiment, they will cause, okay, the electrons of the atoms of the wire to move or to flow, that which is an electric current. Any other question till that point, guys? Online system
No, thank
students, is it clear for everyone? Fadia, is it clear? Khadija, Adam,
Yes, yes.
clear, guys?
Yes.
Yep. So here, like this, simply we figure it out. Okay, once there is a wire is moving between the two poles of a magnet, or a magnet that move inside a coil wire, it will create a current. So that pushes scientists to think if they are able to generate, okay, electricity by this technique. So that pushes them to create what is known as electric generator. Of course, once you think here about how your homes get this supply of electricity, of course, our homes and cities, countries, they are not work on batteries. So we need another source of electricity, something that could create this huge amount of electricity which is needed all over countries, okay? So that's our generators actually. In power plants, okay, that means the power stations, which is already they produce electricity. They are producing electricity by the electric generator. So what is electric generator? Actually, electric generator is completely the opposite of the electric motor. Electric generator is a device that used the kinetic energy or change the mechanical energy into electric energy by using the magnetic field. So here, actually, in the electric motor, okay, like what we explained in the previous lesson, it's a device that converts the electric energy into kinetic or mechanical energy. That means motion. But here, in the other hand, we have the opposite. So let's see what happens here, guys, or how the electric generator works. Simply, guys, as you can observe here, that is a copper that is a coil that's surrounded in above a cylinder, as you can see. Once we start to rotate, okay, these axes, the coil will start to rotate. So as we said, once a copper wire or once a wire rotating or moving between two poles of magnet, that will produce a current. So the current will start to flow. As you keep rotating, the current will keep flowing, and that current could be used, okay, to turn on the bulb or to just we get an electricity. Who can tell me, guys, how could we make this generator stronger? That means producing larger amount of current or stronger current. Who can tell me, guys, how we can make it stronger? Yeah, okay. So anyone else, guys, think? Fadia, what's your opinion?
So I'm not sure from my answer, but I can
Just try. Yep.
يعني while we يعني for example, like the nail that we said before, when we coil the wire around it, يعني it makes magnetic يعني field around it. The same way as the generator يعني.
So I ask, how could I make it more powerful? What should I do?
يعني coil
yes.
it more يعني
yes, make more coils, make more make more turns of the wire. That's good. Okay, so that means we could increase the number of loops in that coil. That's one good. What else? What we can do else? What do you think, guys? Yes, Usama?
Increase the strength of the magnets.
So we can use more powerful magnets. This permanent magnet, if we use more powerful magnet, okay, that means we have more magnetic field, which means more magnetic energy. So electrons could, okay, flow more. Okay, so like this, we get more current. What else? Yes, Yusuf?
Move the cylinder faster.
Yes, rotate the cylinder faster. So we have three options here, or the three variables we could change to get a higher current. So in huge generators that are found in power plants that gonna convert, that we're gonna make this kind of electricity that's cover a certain city or something like that. So of course we use a massive generators with just very strong and powerful permanent magnets, and of course we have a lot of coils, many coils between these pools of magnets, and also we have a kind, or we have a certain source of energy that is gonna keep rotating the coil that much, okay, to produce this electricity. So like this, that is the simple idea of electric generator. Okay, so actually to understand how the electric generator is working in more details, so I need you to watch the following video, guys, here. So as we watch this video, guys, we observe that how the electric generator is working. Okay, so as it keep rotating like this, the direction of the current will change, because as it moves each half cycle, each half rotation, okay, the current will pass in two opposite direction, as you can see here in this illustration, on this diagram. In the first half cycle it was moving in that direction, but in the second half cycle it moved in that direction. So that means the current is not flowing in just one direction, it flows in two opposite directions during each cycle of the coil between the two poles of the permanent magnet. That's why we call this as alternating current. But in the other hand, the batteries and this kind of different kind of batteries, they produce current just in one direction that flows from the negative pole toward the positive pole, so we call it a direct current. So like this, we have two types of currents: direct current and alternating current. Direct current is produced from batteries, while alternating current is produced from generators. Direct current just flow in one direction from the negative pole to the positive pole, while alternating current is switch, carry the current, or the current switch the direction, move in two opposite direction in each cycle. Is it clear here, guys? Guys, is that clear?
Yes.
In our question till that point?
No, thank you.
So now we know what the difference between the alternating current and direct current?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So here like this, okay, we get the idea, or that's how they are working. Okay, so we are gonna stop this point. Okay, study this part very well from your textbook, and next time we're gonna continue our lesson. If there is something is not clear or you want to ask about anything, okay, you could send to me anytime and I will answer you. So any question, guys, before we end our meeting?
No, Mister. Thank you.
Any hard question? Are you sure?
مستر
Yep, Yusuf.
مستر لما بنقلب البتاع ديت يا مستر مش بتبقى نيجاتيف؟
Which one? But look with me here. Look with me. You are talking about this part. Okay, so look here. For example, as you can see, once this part, this yellow part, okay, is above, it's near to the south, the north. So what would happen? The current now is flowing in that direction. That means this part is going to be the negative one. This part of the coil, that is the negative one. But once it turned here, this part turned to be the positive one. You get it?
ايوه يا مستر لما تبقى بوزيتيف 1 برضو بتطلع انرجي ولا ما
You
بتطلعش؟
get the energy from the other one. That means in this one here, the current was flowing like this, moving like this. You can see?
Yes.
Once it turned, okay, so the current now is moving like this. Sorry. It's moving like this. So there is no generated, that means there is no pole pushes electron. We said that electrons actually, they don't leave the position, but the energy is flowing from the negative pole to the positive pole, okay? The idea that the poles already are reversing. They keep reversing poles, you got the idea?
Yes.
Okay, so any hard question here, guys? Guys, any hard question?
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay.
No, thank you.
See you next time. We're going to continue our lesson, okay? And that will be
No,
our...
thank you.
Okay, so guys, don't forget, okay, regarding to your project, okay? Keep working on it, and I am waiting for your projects, okay? The due date is 4th of June, so don't forget. So, any question, guys?
No, thank you.
Thank you, and goodbye.